feeling? Like every door is closing and you just can't see a way out? Being unemployed, underemployed, or just out of school can feel like that. But when you find the right tools, suddenly everything just clicks. FindSomethingNew.org offers resources that help develop new skills. Skills that can position you for careers in today's growing industries, from healthcare and manufacturing to cybersecurity and alternative energy. Find your path to a new career at FindSomethingNew.org. A message from the Ad Council.
Tens of thousands of people attend community college every year. But what do they do after? I'm Brian Shelton. I host Harper Talks, a show where we talk to alumni from Harper College and find out what they did after community college. The show airs every Thursday at 2 p.m., but you can also find and subscribe to the show on all major podcast platforms. Harper Talks is a co-production of the Office of Alumni Relations and Harper Radio. I hope you'll join me for the next exciting episode of Harper Talks. FM 88.3 WHCM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast service of Harper College.
WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast station of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. You are listening to Streaming Verse with Chris and Nina. Why did I say it like that?
Good question. I have to tell you, I pulled up the Harper Radio page because you can come and watch us right now. If you go to YouTube Live, look for Harper Radio, and you will find Streaming Verse under the live section. Well, before the live loaded, I saw the previews for our previous shows, because you can, of course, watch all of our previous shows as well.
Yeah. And,
I always have a face like, and you're like looking all cute and adorable, and I'm like, eh!
No.
I hate to do housekeeping, but I was playing with this before the show started.
Yeah.
Check one red light and volume, because it was up way high when I came in and I played with it a little bit. So it might be off. The volume on the Mac. You know how we sound underwater if we're too loud but too soft, if it's not at the right little sweet spot.
Goldilocks. No, I think we're okay.
Okay, cool.
I mean, if you're on YouTube, let us know. Quick reminder before we get started here, the thoughts and ideas presented on the show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of WHCM, Harper College, or its Board of Trustees. You are listening to Oat Milk by DJ Double Dip. Streaming on Spotify, Apple Music, and SoundCloud, and
Bandcamp.
Thank you.
He's everywhere.
I am everywhere. I've been saying that too much from Lucy. Like this week in particular. I don't know why I've been saying it so much, but I just have been. It hasn't come up. I just keep saying it.
It has been a week.
Yeah. Yeah. Indeed it has. All right, so let's get started with Streaming Verse. What have you been watching, Chris?
I have not watched a lot, although I watched a movie. It's really, I don't know, what was the new app you suggested last week or 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, or 8 years ago?
Yeah, honestly, time has no meaning. Q, I believe.
Yes, okay, yep, that's it. I'm going to have to check that one out because I use TV Time, which is great for TV shows because I can see my history and I can remember, oh, I watched this because I do record. But when I record a movie, it seems to go into the abyss.
It doesn't show up anywhere. It drives me crazy, yeah.
So it's hard to prep for a show. And I wrote it down somewhere, but only me and my maker know where I wrote. I mean, only my maker knows where I wrote it down. I don't know. So I don't know what movie I watched, but I watched a movie and it was good, and maybe I'll share it next week.
Okay.
So I watched 2 shows.
Mm-hmm.
One that I'll share first, and then I'm going to dive into the other one later in a
Okay.
bit. BritBox. You can get BritBox. It's a streaming service that,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course, guess British shows.
Yeah.
And I get mine through Amazon Prime. But there's a mystery called Karen Paris. And it's not a true story. So many things are true stories that I
Right.
feel like I have to say that. Where they bring her in to investigate like a 29-year-old murder because it was a female. So they figure if they get a female in charge of the
Okay.
investigation, people will think they're taking it seriously. It's because of a podcaster.
Oh.
Like a podcaster's like, what happened with this? Why aren't they looking into it? So they are kind of forced to look into it. So they pick a female.
Interesting. That's kind of the reverse of how Killing Eve started.
Yeah.
Because remember, Eve was like, a woman did this, and they were all like, no.
Yes.
God, I gotta rewatch that show.
Yep. No, you're right. So that was good. It's Karen Paris. And for those of you who are fans of Outlander, it's actually Jamie's stepdaughter who is the lead in that. She's this cute little blonde. But you always have to look it up, though, because, you know, in those period pieces, they're not wearing makeup.
Right.
So you start something going, she looks familiar. You know, you have to grab your phone. Okay, who is she?
Yeah, right?
So, yeah, that was good and short, too. I think it was like 4 episodes, so perfect.
Love that.
Long episodes, but only 4.
All right. I can handle
What have
that.
you been watching?
Like you said, I, too, have not been watching a lot. I found myself tumbling down the YouTube rabbit hole because I feel like I can justify watching a 20-minute YouTube video, but not a 20-minute episode for some reason, which is ridiculous. But I have this terrible habit of, it's not terrible, but it is for me because I could spend hours on it, and I have spent hours on it, playing The Sims on my computer, and it just destroys my computer. It sounds like it's going to explode,
Oh,
you know?
okay, yeah.
I don't have any storage because of it. It's just terrible, but and I'm not one to watch people play video games. Like, that's not my thing. My brother used to watch it all the time. Not my thing. But there's, like, Sims challenges, like, build challenges on YouTube, and I just fell down a hole of, like, this one YouTuber just, like, making these Sims builds because I didn't... it was my justification of not playing The Sims because I should be focusing on homework. So I don't...
You watch?
Yes. So I don't want to get involved in, like, building a house because I want to finish my homework, but then I just watched someone playing The Sims and spent just as much time. So
Do you actually learn anything when you're building Sims? Like, I know of the Sims games. Like, I don't do
Yeah.
games at all. But I'm aware of them.
yeah.
So do you actually learn things, or are you just fake building it, or combination?
I mean, okay. I learned to make functional buildings. I don't know, because I primarily build. I don't, like, actually play the game.
Oh,
the
you just build
game.
stuff?
I just build stuff, and then I make Sims, and then I just, you know, let them live, because I can make their story up in my head, and that's so much better than it would ever be in The Sims.
Right. So, but like, if you build a house, do you build a
Yeah.
house? Okay. Are you actually using 2x4s, or are you just going
No.
pushing a button? Okay, that's what I wanted
No,
to know.
but-
Okay.
But you do learn, like, I don't know, I feel like The Sims is how I got through that one class in middle school that was, like, building stuff. And I know this sounds ridiculous, but we had to, like, draw the landscapes and where the doors would be and the windows.
Yes. Okay.
And
yeah.
so, like, it helped me with that. So if I learned anything, that's, like, the layout.
Okay. So there are real life applications, at least, to help you understand things better.
Maybe.
No, that makes sense.
Otherwise, it's just, you're just bossing tiny dolls around, and it's kind of funny.
So you're practicing being ruler of all is really
Essentially,
the
yeah.
point of
you,
Sims.
You
Okay.
play God. That's what it is. Yeah. What else have you been watching?
All right. I watched something that I really liked. I
Mhm.
would really like it if you really liked it, but
Okay,
I
bet.
don't know if that's going to happen.
Uh-oh.
It's called The Patient on Hulu,
Okay.
and it stars Steve Carell and one of the Gleason brothers.
Okay, I know Steve Carell.
As I have found out recently, Brendan, I think it's Brendan Gleeson, who is in a movie that is just coming out, and I know Deegan's listening. So, Deegan, what's the movie that Brendan's in that's coming out? I can't even pronounce it. If
Deegan's listening?
The Banshee. Yeah, he's on here.
Wow.
The Banshee movie. There's a Banshee movie that's coming
Avatar?
out right now. No.
Oh.
About like an island off of Ireland.
Oh, I was talking about the things that they ride on in Avatar. They're called Banshee.
Oh. Yes, but no. Yes.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, so it's like Donald Gleason or something is his name. They're Irish. Anyway,
Okay.
It's called The Patient. It's on Hulu, and it's about a serial killer who kidnaps a therapist to give him therapy.
Wait, I think I've heard of this.
It's so good. So Steve Carell's the therapist. This other person
God.
is the serial killer, and it's like therapy in his basement.
Oh, my
And
God.
it's about 20-minute episodes, so it made me laugh when you were talking about your justification, because you can kind of like stream. Yeah, the Banshees of Injurious, and I know I butchered that second word. Thank you, Deegan, though he did respond, so I appreciate
Shocking.
that. Anyway, and it's really good. It goes pretty quick. It's almost like a therapy session, the length, too. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's like 20, 25 minutes.
Oh my God.
And there's therapy sessions in almost every single episode. And it's very deep, very complex. I mean, I'd really love to unpack it with you like we're
Yeah.
about to unpack She-Hulk if you ever wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend it. I'm not going to give any spoilers right now, but
Okay.
it's so good.
I'm really interested in this.
You know, and it's, for the most part, you don't really see them out in the real world. You see them reflecting on the real world for the most part. But there are some situations where they're out with other people, but it's mostly just in this basement.
Interesting.
Deacon said he spelled it wrong. Well, you spelling it wrong doesn't help me pronouncing it right, which I couldn't have done anyway, so we're all good. What else have you been watching? And that's, Patient is on Hulu, in case I didn't say that, if anyone wants to watch it, but go watch it yesterday.
Okay,
it's
yeah.
so good.
Definitely, I squared it and circled it.
Okay.
So that means it's really important. I did rewatch a lot of stuff. I rewatched, this is embarrassing, and I'm going to say it anyway because I've said more embarrassing things on here. I don't care. I rewatched the Reputation Stadium Tour, which is on Netflix, which is Taylor Swift, for like the millionth time. I lost count. And every time I see Taylor Swift perform, I cry because she brings me so much joy. I don't know any other way than just to cry. Like you want to make me cry, just start talking about Taylor Swift and I'll just start sobbing. So there's a song she sings, it's called Long Live, and she sits down at the piano, and I saw the Reputation tour in person 6 times, and then I've watched the movie God knows how many times.
Right.
So it's like I know every move that she's gonna make. I know every song in what order. Like, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But she sits down at the piano and she sings a little mashup of New Year's Day and Long Live. And I was laying on the floor because my dog was barking. I do just lay on the floor, but like my dog was barking, so I was laying on the floor. And so my dog stopped barking, and I just started sobbing. Like, not just like, oh my God, I'm sobbing. Like my body was shaking. Like, I was like, just having a moment. And my mom's sitting on the couch, like, you know, whatever, because this happens all the time. Like, she's like, you were doing so well. And I'm like, I miss her so much. And then we watched the All Too Well short film, which is on YouTube, which Taylor Swift wrote and directed. And I still cried, and then I just had to leave the premises because I can't. And then I was like, I miss her so much, and my mom's like, don't worry, she's gonna go on tour soon. She just announced a tour.
Yep.
And now I'm like selling everything I own so that I can go to as many cities as possible.
I actually looked. Was it her? Yeah, because I got the notification.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I must be strong enough Taylor Swift adjacent, or I've done enough searches recently that now I'm like, Spotify went, hey, Taylor
Oh,
Swift's
really?
Oh yeah, Spotify made sure I knew.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, tickets aren't on sale yet, but everyone on the internet's like, no, don't go, she's terrible, like she's a cannibal, like she's an awful person, just so that they can get better tickets.
Oh,
And
jeez.
I'm seeing it and I'm just kind of like, I mean, okay. I'm not contributing to it, but I just think it's funny.
Since you brought her up, I'm going to ask you a question, and then I will tell you why I'm going to ask why I asked it.
Yeah.
Which Taylor Swift song is your least favorite, or which one do you have one that you don't like?
Okay. I'm going to answer this honestly.
Okay.
There isn't one that I don't like.
Okay.
Because they're all so different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But are there songs that, like, when they come on every once in a while that I'll skip? Yeah.
Okay. I asked because, again, TMZ.
Oh.
There's two, and I know you don't like them, but you have to understand there's two people who adamantly love Taylor Swift
Yeah.
on the show right now, okay? So they asked one of them, because of course she's in the news because she's breaking all the records right now.
Yes, she
is.
queen.
You know, she crashed Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
So someone asked one of them, it's like, what Taylor Swift song don't you like? And she started crying because she goes, I don't want Taylor to hear me say something that mean against her at all. Like, she wouldn't even say it.
Literally same. Someone asked me once what my favorite Disney princess was, and I started crying because I felt bad. And I'm like, that's mean. Like, I can't pick between them. I love them all. So yeah, that's.
But the joke was, and it would be the same here. It's like Taylor Swift's not watching TMZ, and it'd be the same.
Yeah.
It's like Nina, Taylor Swift's not listening. She's not. I understand. I do understand, but it was just funny.
Taylor's always watching. Okay. She Taylorks online. And I know that I am not a victim of Taylorking. Like, she doesn't give one care about me. But
She does care about you. She just may not have found you yet. I believe she cares about all her fans. I truly do.
I believe that as well. But individually singling me out like that is going to make me cry. But yeah, she doesn't know anything about me. Where was I going with that?
Taylor.
Oh, but regardless, I got it. Sorry, it came back. But regardless, I genuinely, like, I can't. Like, she's been in my life. She's, like, the one consistent thing in my life. Like, I can't trash that.
Yeah. No, and I understand. But at the same time, I think all artists have things they do and don't like, and I think they'd be okay with it, though. I think she would be okay if you had a song that was like, I don't like this one. It just means it didn't speak to you. It doesn't mean it's a horrible song.
But I feel like with her, too, like, I've grown into so many songs. Because I was 4 singing, like, our song, singing about breakups. Like, yeah!
You had the emotional, like, I understand breakups because of Taylor.
Right. Exactly. And so, like, having never gone through any of that, I'm like, yeah! And, like, still, I mean, she's, you know, older than me. She's had so many experiences that most of us are never going to have.
Yeah.
And she sings about them, and I'm like, okay. Cool. Maybe one day I'll experience this. Maybe I won't. Probably not. But like,
maybe I'll understand the devastation of Jake Gyllenhaal. Don't know.
I do. Not firsthand.
No.
But like,
but through her,
I want to have a chat with him.
I think everybody, all Swifties do.
Yeah. With that in mind, we're gonna take a quick break. Please stay tuned to Streaming Verse with Chris and Nina, and we will be back to talk about She-Hulk.
Thursday, you will be caught in an extreme flash flood.
Disasters don't plan ahead, but you can. Talk to your loved ones about making an emergency plan. Get started today at ready.gov/plan. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Flip it over and crank it up with the B-side on WHCM.
Well, let her rip.
From 12 to 1 every Thursday, you'll hear tunes that don't get enough airtime. Album cuts, lesser-known artists, novelty records, and recommendations. Listen to The B-Side with Matt Byrne, Thursdays 12 to 1. The B-Side, only on WHCM 88.3, Harper Radio. Radio done differently.
Boy, is he nuts.
Welcome back to Streaming Verse with Chris and Nina. Quick reminder before we get started, the thoughts and ideas presented on the show are our own and not necessarily reflective. Oh my god, I can't speak. Of the opinions of WHCM, Harper College, or its Board of Trustees. She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. before we actually get into the show, although this is probably part of the conversation, I just want to throw out there, I started She-Hulk probably a week or two after it started. And I watched, I believe, 1.5 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say 1.5.
Okay.
And I stopped. And I knew I'd go revisit it, but I didn't. And it still took me probably until the 4th episode to really catch on to it and understand where it was going. I really think She-Hulk and many other shows are perfect examples of why sometimes they should release 2 episodes at a time, especially
Yes.
at the beginning. Because I think this show could have done so much better if it released more episodes at a time.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw that out there at the beginning because I felt bad. Like, I think it was like maybe I don't know if it was a couple months because there's only 9 episodes, but, and you said it just ended a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think I would have finished it much sooner if they had done at least those first 4 episodes, 2 and 2.
Right.
Because then by the end of episode 4, Is This Not Real Magic? I would have been like, yeah, give me more. So.
Yeah. No, I agree. It was a kind of a slow start, but
yeah. And a lot of stuff's happening. There's fourth wall stuff
my God.
happening. There's references to MCU
Yeah.
and
it's overwhelming.
yeah.
It's a lot. But the finale, I'm jumping right ahead.
Yes, you are.
The finale, I think, was like everything everyone in the MCU, like fans, wanted. I mean, it was incredible. I'm not even gonna try, but I was confused at so many storylines because I don't think half of them closed or came to any kind of resolution, which is fine. I'm excited for more, possibly. I don't know.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, let's have a season 2. Let's
Right.
do this. And I also, what's her name? Begins with a T.
Tatiana.
Not the actress, but the character. Titania.
Titania. Yeah.
Titania. Why was she even in there?
I have no idea.
I mean, I understand, like, it's another female superhero who's her villain versus all the men, but they didn't give her enough, which was also kind of what the 9th episode was about, was like the craziness of all of it.
Right.
But it would be nice to actually see something with it. I mean, she moved the storyline forward, but she didn't necessarily, it wasn't strong. Because why
No.
did she show up at court? That's another thing
Yeah.
I didn't like in the Superhuman Law, because I'm like, why did she just show up?
Yeah.
Let's get maybe episode 1, season 2. We get her backstory as to
Yeah.
why she's not happy with She-Hulk.
And I would love that because I love that actress.
Yes.
She's amazing. Yeah, I was just really confused with the storylines because there was so much going on. I mean, they're bringing people in from different areas. Literally the last scene, though, I was so mad. And it had nothing to do with Jen Walters. She is lovely. And Matt Murdock, oh my gosh. Love him. The Defenders, I mean, I love.
Things she'd like to smash.
Oh my God, I wrote down the quote because it's my favorite thing in the world. Okay. This is the quote from the last episode of the season. She goes, "We smash things. Bruce smashes buildings. I smash fourth walls and bad endings. And sometimes Matt Murdock."
I love that. That was so funny. I actually thought it before she said it.
I thought I did too. I was like, oh my God, like, imagine. And then she said, I was like, oh my God.
Yes, exactly.
So good. But the thing about Bruce coming back with a son, he's a filthy little liar.
Why is he?
In Avengers Age
Oh,
of
no.
Ultron,
Oh no. We're all going back right now. Everybody buckle
Yep,
in.
buckle up. In Avengers Age of Ultron, when Natasha and him were like an item, which was disgusting, the writers, I need to have a chat with them as well, because like, what were they thinking?
You know, there could have been time travel. He could have gone to a different dimension.
No, but hear me out.
Okay.
No, this is not Natasha's kid. No way.
I know it's not Natasha's kid. What I'm saying is wherever this kid came from doesn't mean he cheated on Natasha.
No, no, I don't care if you cheat. Well, I kind of do.
You do.
I do, but like, they were terrible. Okay, ugh. But anyways, she's opening up about her experience. Don't make me laugh when I'm saying this. She's opening up to him about her experience in the Red Room and all of the terrible things that they did to her.
Mhm.
And she's like, oh, well, I could never have this normal family life, whatever. And he's like, well, neither can I, because he can't have kids. You liar. So then this Spike, whatever the heck his name is, shows up, and I'm like, no, go back.
Well, you don't know where the kid came from.
But he obviously has...
No. Doctor Who has a child, and there was no sex involved.
No. I'm saying about the Hulk.
Right.
Because he is a Hulk.
Right.
So there's some blood in there.
Doctor Who has a child. There was no sex involved. They mapped his DNA in this one universe, and there was a kid.
Well, regardless, I don't like Bruce very much.
You're making assumptions, woman.
I am, and I know that he could have been adopted, and all of this stuff.
Obviously, he's Hulk-like, but someone could have like stolen his DNA and it made a baby with it while he was gone. And
but who would want Bruce's baby? I'm sorry.
You are the only one who is this adamant. Everyone else thinks he's endearing because no one understands. I love the Hulk. I also like the actor who plays the Hulk.
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
He, he's cool, but he's said a bunch of he's a hot mess. I mean, so is the Hulk. And I want to like the Hulk, but after that, Natasha and him.
I think that's your issue. Is more Natasha with him than the Hulk.
Yeah.
I think if the Hulk had been shacking up with somebody else, you'd be fine.
I'd be
if
fine.
someone else was singing him lullabies, you'd be like, "Oh, they're so cute."
Oh, I thought that was adorable.
Okay.
I thought the sun's getting real low. I thought that was so cute. And then they were like, "But I love you. Oh, I should have joined you." And I'm like, ah! Disgusting, shameful. Get out. Okay, sorry, back to She-Hulk.
All right, I'm going to come to the fun stuff of
Yes.
She-Hulk, okay? Let's come back.
Yeah, just
Natasha's fine.
no,
All
she's
right.
actually not.
I don't understand all the eye makeup. That was a bit much. Everyone had like this, Tatiana did and some other
yeah.
people, like her assistant had like this crazy eye makeup. Just thought
Mhm.
I'd throw that out there. Okay, I loved Madison. Madison with 2 N's and a Y, but not where you think they'll be. Where you think it would be or something.
Yeah, no, that was
I
perfect.
love her.
She's so funny, and I hope she comes back.
She has to, because her and Wongers are
Oh my god,
BFFs.
that killed me.
Okay, so I don't know if you know the show, because as soon as I heard that music, the theme song, I'm like, this is The Sopranos. Like everyone, like of a certain age knows that's the Sopranos theme song.
Mhm.
So again, this is spoilers, and this is now also spoilers on the Sopranos. If you're not caught up, that's on you,
Yeah.
because I think they've been out longer than you've been alive,
Yeah.
possibly. So as soon as she hears it and she can read, because Wong, just Wong, not Mr. Wong, is streaming things. And where is he from? He's in that other place.
He's at the
I thought you would
no, it's Doctor
K
Strange.
something. Yeah. So
The temple,
He's got a big flat screen TV
Yeah.
in his temple, and you can see which episode it is. And she goes, "Oh, this is where Adriana dies," and so she spoils it for Wong, who
Yeah.
then gets upset. But then 2 episodes later, Madison with a Y, but not where you would think. They're best buds streaming shows, because they clip to another one. They're watching This Is Us. Yeah. It's another show that they're watching. It was amazing. I loved it.
So funny. And the fact that Wong is like making cameos in every single, like he's everywhere.
Yes.
So there was a joke with, I think it was Kevin Feige, I don't know, but they were like, oh yeah, now it's gonna be called the Wong Cinematic Universe. Like he's everywhere and everyone loves him.
But he really picked it up for me, and I think it was episode 4, because I personally, the narrator of the story is She-Hulk.
Yes.
Which was Tatiana I cannot remember, like I can never say her last name. Anyway,
I-
but the actress. So she
Yeah.
keeps breaking the fourth wall, and at first I think it's actually for a while it's very uncomfortable. I don't think they did it well. I think that her direction was bad because she's an amazing actress. So
Yeah.
I blame any direction she got for that. So I really appreciated when Wong showed up and Madison, because it really sucked me into the show at
Madison.
that point,
Yeah.
which would be episode 4. This is
Yeah.
not real magic. That's when I got sucked in and loved it. By the way, there will be spoilers here because we are diving deep. And what was I going to say? Mean and Green and Straight Poured Into These Jeans. I love the titles of these episodes. That was episode 5. Did you notice who her other cousin is? Ched? He was in Teenage Bounty Hunters. He's one of the
Really?
first boyfriend in Teenage Bounty Hunters, yeah. He
Oh
also
my
was one of those
gosh.
characters where he was there but didn't really have a lot.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see more with him, too.
Yeah, they would establish characters briefly and then not continue with them. So that's why
Yeah.
I was like assuming there's going to be more because we didn't get this development.
Yeah, that would be nice. And I know we probably need to take a break, and you can also
Yes.
talk, but I just really have a lot to say about
Yeah.
She-Hulk.
Honestly, this could be like a series, just us talking about She-Hulk.
Yes.
All right, we will be right back with Streamverse. Please. I've never said please before. Please stay tuned to WHCM, I guess.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance. Say hi, guys. When I adopted them, I discovered that they both have incredible personalities. Chance's sole purpose in life is to love and to be loved. Frankie is a little bit of a scoundrel and always entertaining. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
You are listening to the award-winning WHCM 88.3 FM Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast station of Harper College and its Board of Trustees, celebrating 20 years on air at Harper College.
Welcome back to Streamingverse with Chris and Mina. We are back.
Are we? Because I've been playing with my camera over here.
Yeah, no, you look great.
Okay. We're down one viewer on YouTube. I'm very disappointed. Although my friend Erin just texted me and said what did she say? She has to be the third person in here. I was just text from Erin, and she said, oh great, she sent me a picture. Your face is on our TV. They have to be the third people in there on YouTube.
Oh my gosh, I love it. She-Hulk.
No, I was
No.
like, where do we start with She-Hulk? Yeah.
You took a lot of notes.
I did take a lot of notes. Oh!
Huh?
I'm leaving camera.
Okay. And Chris is gone.
This is gone at this point. So,
Oh,
jeez.
What?
I'm very disappointed.
she's coming back. What? Oh, she's coming over here.
I can't get the door. Okay, we got it.
Okay, she just threw chopsticks at me?
Because, and I remember this from seeing the first episode, and I want you to use them. Over there, by the way.
Okay.
I think, apparently this one only has one.
Do you need to borrow one?
No, you can do it.
Okay.
But the idea of eating Cheetos with chopsticks.
Oh, it's genius.
It's genius.
Yeah.
And I've decided I need to eat more of my sticky foods that I don't want to touch or don't want like on my fingers. Like, think about it when you're doing your homework.
Yeah.
Do that. Yeah, when you're doing your homework, you don't want it's going to get all over your keyboard.
Right.
So chopsticks and Cheetos or chopsticks and whatever like substance thing you're eating, like that small would be perfect. Plus you'd eat less.
Yeah.
So it could also be diet control too.
Yeah.
This is
That is incredible. Wait. I'm gonna get it.
I need to do this in my life. I need to adopt the cheese stick eating rule.
Yeah.
Because even like over there, you have the control. Instead of touching it, like especially as we get into winter and germs, you could use chopsticks to do the
With
buttons.
the slider? Oh my god.
Look at her. She's doing it over there.
Okay, I'm having way too much fun now. I've seen with the Cheetos though, I've seen online people have made like they're like rubber gloves, but they're just for like these two fingers.
Oh, that's so funny.
I know, and so they.
But I like that, like, you know, like I said, the whole thing with the
I
chopsticks.
think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to use chopsticks properly.
So you hold them. I know I have a pen over here. So you want to toggle it between your pointer finger and your thumb for the one straw. So the bottom one you hold stable.
Okay.
And then the top one you move with, you hold, your thumb is like the brace, but your pointer finger is what is actually the movement thing. And it's hard to show you, but it's, yeah. Yeah. We're teaching Nina how to, now just try to eat a meal that way too.
Yeah, I think I've tried, and I think it just ended up me stabbing whatever it was and just eating it because I gave up. I'm just gonna wait. No, what?
Yeah, chopsticks. There you go. Look at you. That's it. You got it. All right, next dinner at the Stoner household. I want you guys to have Chinese food, and Nina has to use the chopsticks to eat. Let's see how she does.
Well, I just eat rice, so that's fine. I just scoop it up. Just put my mouth.
But you gotta practice. You gotta practice taking it out. Now we've completely gotten off She Hulk, but it was her idea.
It was my idea?
She Hulk's idea.
I was like, you're the one who threw chopsticks at me. This wasn't my idea. Okay.
And I loved, I don't know his name, the designer of the clothes.
Yes, he was amazing. I don't know his name either, but I feel like I do. Like
he was in
I
The Flight
recognize him.
Attendant too.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's where I recognized him
Yeah,
from.
he
Sorry,
was
I'm
awesome.
screaming.
And I forget the man. They had a lot of long names. I don't do well with long names. I read books, and if the character's name in the book
Do you
is
just not read it?
No, I make up new names. So if the character's name is like 12 letters,
Yeah.
it's Tom.
Okay, because I do the same thing, because I'll pass by it, and then I'll just, like, pretend to read it, but I, like, actually don't read it.
Yes.
So then their name is, like, something ridiculous. Yeah, like...
Yeah, so if it's a long name, and I'm probably dyslexic. I'm too old to have been tested in school, and too many vowels throws me off. You guys have got, I don't know who's on camera, but Nina's really getting into these chopsticks.
I'm having fun.
Good.
You give me something to play with? Are you kidding me?
But yeah, so it then becomes Tom. So same thing in TV shows. He was the designer with the funky glasses. That's how I remember him. But he was awesome, and I like the fact that even though like he was but he was definitely like mimicking, like he was based on some actual designers where they want to be loved, but they want to, be dismissive to everybody else.
He reminded
even though he
me
needs them.
He reminded me of Cruella in that sense.
I've created a monster over here, which is awesome. Good monster. I love the fact that the Abomination had Crocs at the end when Wong came to get him. Where are they going? Where's the Abomination or Emil and Wong going?
I don't know, but Wong's getting himself in a lot of trouble.
Yes.
I love Wong.
I want to do that now. I want those brass knuckles where I can go, and go somewhere else.
So you gotta see Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
I can do that.
Chopsticks got in the way.
Your dad said, great idea, and I think it might be doing everything with chopsticks from now on.
Yes.
I'm getting her lots of practice. I'm telling you guys, have Chinese food.
This is a finger workout, not gonna lie. My wrist is a little
Yeah.
tired.
It is. I actually got a set of chopsticks, possibly from China.
Ooh.
And my mom, like, your dad traveled a lot,
Yeah.
so she'd come home with stuff. So I have my own set of chopsticks. So these were just like leftover ones from, like, every once in a while I get delivery or something, you have the chopsticks left over. Because I try to use mine versus these all the time.
She-Hulk.
I love, She-Hulk.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw the chopsticks at the camera. I know. We should have these for every show now. Oops, that was not good. There are a lot of messages in there, too. So one of them is basically the dismissiveness of females in terms of, like, she's a derivative of a man, just like woman is a man with a womb. Woman. I don't know if that's the actual reasoning why we are women, but that's what I'm going with. Did you never think of that before?
No.
So there's Hulk, there's She-Hulk, there's man, and there's womb man.
Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. No.
I don't know if that's it, but that's what, in my brain, that's what it is.
That makes, oh my
It does make sense. So, and they address a lot of issues in this. Like, even when they attack her, when they all come after her, they come after her for sleeping with several different men and dating.
Yeah.
And it's like, but if a man did that, you'd be celebrating him.
Stream The Man by Taylor Swift. Literally the message of that song. If She-Hulk, sorry, I really need to be stopped. If She-Hulk were Hulk, he'd be I can't say the word she says in the song, but he'd be like a player, you know? He'd
be celebrated.
Yeah. And then she's shamed for doing the same thing.
She is shamed for doing the exact same thing. And, even her role as being a female lawyer, it's like she's a female lawyer who won an award, not a lawyer who won an award, a female lawyer. They really pulled out, put a lot into that storyline. And then, of course, they also got into cultural appropriation with Todd buying Wakanda things and they want them back.
Yes.
And he goes, but I bought them. It's like, yeah, you bought them from someone who stole them.
Yeah.
So that's why you have them. So they really did touch on some really good topics in the show. So I would really encourage everyone to watch She-Hulk. If you have not, Deegan hasn't watched it yet. Deegan, watch it
Loser.
now. Watch it now. It's really
You were threatened with a chopstick.
I only got one, but I got pens. I can actually do this.
No way.
I got to get it's harder to hold, but these are little.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. I made it a point at one point in my life to figure out how to eat with chopsticks, so I can eat like whole meals with chopsticks if I have to.
I don't know why that's so impressive to me, but it is. Like, I'm like amazed because I'm just like.
It's a little bit harder because they're thicker, but
yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't take much to really get me going, I guess.
Fun new stuff. Well, I'm glad I brought them because we've been having fun with them. That's the other thing. Being able to Green and the episode 5. These I really got into these things about what a woman dreams about, what we aspire to in our lives. Being able to walk home with headphones and not being afraid that you're going to be attacked.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something like every woman can relate to. I mean, that's like, okay, even I wore noise canceling headphones, just the earbuds the other day to go on my walk. And even though it was like 1:00 in the afternoon and I was still like, pay attention. Because in the city right now, that's an issue. Because it's more and more crime. They're doing it to men too. Not that that's good, but but as women, it's something that we're always aware of. Yeah. It's like, you have to be, and then you're shamed if you're not.
Right.
Well, you weren't paying attention.
Exactly. I mean, I always wear one headphone. I don't think I've worn 2 headphones in a very long time.
Right.
Not because I don't feel safe here, but because I just don't know how to do it any other way.
Yeah. And mostly what I listen to is podcasts when I take walks. So it's talking, so it's not like listening to music, so I don't have to stress as much.
Right.
Yeah. Which is why I didn't freak out about it, and I had both in because it's talking, so I can hear,
Right.
everything. But if I was listening to music, that's when I use my open ear ones,
Right. Yeah.
which I love. But again, women, we have to worry about this stuff.
Yeah.
I love the lawyer that was her friend and nemesis at the same time. From Hamilton. Every time I see her,
Yes.
I'm just like, you are awesome.
Renee.
I could be you, like thinking of her.
Yes. I love her.
I just love her. Everything I've ever seen her in.
Yeah.
I just think she's amazing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. She's incredible. And Anthony Ramos. Did you hear what he did to her?
Oh, no.
So they were married. They met on Hamilton. So they did the whole, at her wedding, they did a toast to the groom because that was her in the show.
Yes.
And they did, it was amazing. And then he cheated on her just recently.
They couldn't have been married that long.
Uh,
I am looking him
no,
up.
I don't know. Anthony Ramos, now he was in Hamilton. He was in The Heights. He got a lot of stuff from Hamilton. Yeah.
He is not that good looking to cheat on her. I'm sorry. I'm so
Yes!
sorry.
Go off. I agree, but
It does not have the day they were married in IMDb, which is disappointing because normally it does. They weren't. It means they weren't married long enough for it to rank.
I think they were, though. I mean, I don't know.
Anthony Rapp came up first because I've been watching so much of Rent lately.
Nice.
Okay. Starting in 2014. Is that her? That's not her. Jasmine.
Wait, did I get the wrong Skylar sister?
I think I don't know who Jasmine. All right, who is the person you're talking about? Like
Renee, Elise. I think her name starts with a B. Her last name.
that's the right one.
I'm gonna.
Renee Elise Goldsberry.
It might have been a different Skylar sister, but I didn't. I thought it wasn't.
Oh, that he cheated on?
Yeah.
At least it wasn't her.
Yikes!
Sorry. She's just fierce.
I know. She's great. All right. Hang on.
Now we both need to know where are we going with this? Okay.
Yeah. We're going to DJ Double Dip this.
Oh, good call.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I went off topic. I guess that has nothing to do with anything. Really?
Yeah, because he wasn't married to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a different sister then.
Oops. I really thought it was her. I don't know why. No. Oh, I know why. Because she was the one at the wedding that was going a toast to the groom.
Oh,
because
that makes
she-
sense. Marrying her. Yeah.
It might have been Eliza. I think it was Eliza.
Okay.
I don't know anymore.
All right, but now I need to know how long. On Christmas Eve 2018, the couple became engaged. In November 2021, they ended their engagement.
Oh. Wait. I did not just make up that story. I swear.
Well, he could have cheated on her when they were engaged.
Yeah, but I thought they had a wedding.
I don't know. I just can tell you what I'm reading right here. Maybe
Sorry.
is it a different man or you know it's him for sure?
I thought it was him. Where am I getting this from? I'm not just making this up.
I don't know. You've become a very unreliable co-host at this.
I know.
Co-star.
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 I've gone off the rails.
We've decided, by the way, in addition to everything must be done with chopsticks,
Yeah.
that we are co-stars.
We are changing the world.
We are not co-hosts anymore.
No.
We are co-stars.
Yes.
So when I'm out in my real world and, oh yeah, blah, 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 I have a radio show and my co-star is Nina. Yes.
Love it. Love it. No, I can't even tap on B. I have no depth perception.
Depth perception, yeah.
I can't say
Did I tell you I gave a ride to somebody once who had no depth perception?
that. No.
It was scary for me. Okay, so Nick's new aunt-in-law.
Okay.
I was, we were both taking the same flight out of the wedding. So I drove her to the airport, and I warned her because in upstate New York, it's very curvy, mountainous roads, and I love taking those things tight. Like I bought my first car in North Carolina, and it was a stick shift. And when it comes to those hills and the turns, I don't necessarily speed, but I like taking them at the, I don't slow down.
Yeah.
Okay. But not where I'm speeding where someone's scared for their life. I'm still going the speed limit.
Right.
It's just I don't slow down. So I warned her. It's like, just so you know, I'm cautious, but this is going to be happening.
Yeah.
Well, one point, I see someone ahead of me, probably like 10 car lengths ahead of me. And they're braking, and it's fine. I take my foot off the gas, and she starts grabbing the dash, and I'm like, we're not that close. It's okay. She's like, I don't have any depth perception. So she can't tell if we're right on top of them or they're far away.
Oh, no.
I felt bad, but she goes, no, but you are a good driver. You're fine. I know I'm okay. And I'm like, well, thanks for telling me that because, yeah, I don't want you to be scared for your life while I'm driving. I just really enjoy driving on those types of roads and taking those turns, like you're cornering like you're on rails type thing. Like,
Oh, God.
So, but yeah, no depth perception though. I can't imagine living that way though.
Yeah. Wow. Clearly I had a lot to add to that.
But I threw in a story. But you gave me an idea for a show.
Oh, no.
I think we should have a show where,
I'm scared.
at least for a segment, I talk about some of my, favorite shows that I like. And you tell me a Taylor Swift song that goes with the show off the top of your head. I bet you could do that.
Oh, yeah. I have playlists of, I have one for Jen Walters. And it's Taylor Swift songs that remind me of her. And it's just character playlist of all these characters and plot lines in the it's not
Sense8.
Sense8 Getaway Car. I don't know why, but it just gives me those vibes.
I now have to watch that show. Listen to that song. All right, Getaway Car.
Well, it's not Taylor's version yet. I give you permission.
Thank you.
It's off of Reputation.
I'd like to let everyone know that my co-star Nina has given me permission to listen to Getaway Car, even though it's not Taylor's version.
I'm sorry, Taylor.
Hey, I think she would allow it though, to get new people to be Swifties.
Oh my God, I can make you a starter playlist.
Okay.
Oh my God, okay. I'm doing it.
All right, can you send that to me in Spotify?
Yeah, you use Spotify?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay.
This is what I do for fun.
Okay.
Okay, welcome.
And that's part of Streamingverse, so it works. It's all Streamingverse, yes.
I'll make you a Swiftie starter kit.
All right, I want a Swiftie starter kit, and yeah, we have to toss around the idea of I just come prepared with shows or movies that you haven't, that we haven't discussed ahead of time.
Yeah.
And you give me songs.
And then we could play a little bit of the song.
Yes.
And then you could say yes or no.
Exactly. Yeah.
Boom.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Streamingverse where Nina and Chris not only talked about She-Hulk, they went off the rails.
Yeah.
You've been listening to WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast service of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. The thoughts and ideas presented on the show are our own and not representative of Harper College, WHCM, or its Board of Trustees. If you missed the show, head over to YouTube, look for the Harper Radio channel, and you will find this show in about an hour or so and all of our past shows, sound issues and not sound issues, available.
Yes. Be sure to tune in next week at the same time for Streamingverse with Chris and Nina. We will be back. Have a good dinner.